Hey everybody, what's up? It's Al Mega, and this is a new UCPN CC special for this Geek Fest week because this weekend we have the At Home Film Fest brought to you by Geek Fest and powered by Comic Crusaders and It's a Short. Now today we're going to have an awesome interview that's going to be hosted by a great friend of the Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes family. He is the CEO of CritiX with an X. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Keith Napier, aka Klep. Woo! What's going on?
What's going on, Al, man? What's the word?
The word is great and it's good. First of all, thank you for joining me in this endeavor and celebrating this week of Geek Fest for the At Home Film Fest this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So right now, I'm going to actually leave the floor to you. All right. I'm going to step away. But before we even do that, I'm going to show you an awesome clip. And then he's going to introduce the awesome guest that we have today.
You guys not going to want to miss this. Check it out.
When your father told me he was a witch, I followed Edward along the path of night as much as I could, but I wouldn't lead anyone else down it.
I think I understand.
Sweet girl. If I could hold you in my arms one last time.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw, that very emotional clip, by the way, none other than actress, director, producer, anything that you hand her, I'm sure she can handle, Miss Annette Reilly.
I'm well. Thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
Thank you for coming on. This is actually a privilege for me because I'm a huge fan of you being in Sabrina.
Yay!
It's a guilty pleasure, I gotta tell you. I love the show. But let's talk about something that just got brought to my attention. Not only that you act, you also produce and you direct as well, but you've been doing both for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to know, like, how did this start out? Like, first, I want to know, because the short that you did that's getting all these reviews, these great reviews, people are really digging it, and it's very emotional, and people are really connecting with it. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Why that subject, and how did you become the helm of this whole thing?
Oh gosh. Well, there's a lot to unpack there. I mean, I started directing years and years ago. I come from a theater background, and was offered an opportunity to start directing at a local Vancouver, just outside of Vancouver, theater, Gallery 7, and was taken under their wing, learned that skill set there, and then was not getting cast in anything TV and film wise in my 20s. So I went, screw it, I'm going to make my own stuff. So that's when I learned how to produce and started directing film as well. And then, life just started happening and things roll, and a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and we end up here. Gosh, what was the next part of that question?
Why this particular topic?
Yes.
How did you become the director of this particular topic?
This was an interesting journey. It took almost 2 years for this project to get off the ground. It was brought to me by the fantastic writer, Jessica McLeod, and it had been written based on her close friend's experience coming out to their family. So, and obviously every trans experience is unique. So this film can't speak to every trans person's experience. However, the audience is more intended to be the parents, the family members, so that they can learn to accept and understand something that they may not understand. That shift in what their expectations may have been. And I think what had happened, I had come on as the producer, helped Jessica get some packages together. We had applied for several different grants, didn't get the money. And then finally, we had Joel McCarthy, another Vancouver-based independent film director, very awesome guy, involved as the director. I was then cast as the mom, and then it kind of just came around where he wasn't able to, and I went, screw it, I'll direct it. I know this thing inside and out. My heart is so involved, like I was so invested emotionally in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the entire vision in my head. So I had a lot of external forces saying, do it, do it, do it, do it. And it was hard.
Was it written to be a nursery rhyme type of concept, or did that come afterwards?
No, that was the brilliance of the script. I love Shakespeare, and I love working with poetry and rhymes. And for me, it was like, oh my gosh, this is a chance to bring the love of that genre onto the screen. And then on top of it, I might like Disney a little bit. So I thought, how fun would it be to imitate that a little bit? So I very much used Wes Anderson and Disney as my two influences for this. If you might be able to see that.
It's done very well. I mean, part of the reason why it pulled me in so long, and I mean, it's not even that long, it's 10 minutes. But you're engaged because of the dialogue in rhyme, the beautiful scenery. It's shot like you're in Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And I just want to applaud you guys, or you, on that, because I mean it really just works, and it's really a fresh take on how to tackle this subject, I think, because it's slowly but surely coming out. You see it all the time. I've seen it in certain teen shows. I've seen it in a lot of dramas, but this particular way, I mean, even as an adult, grabbed me, and I think that even younger audiences could connect and learn something from it as well. Have you tested the market at all with showing it to younger children, a younger generation?
Yeah, I mean, it actually was purchased by a community group here called Out in Schools to show as one of their project pieces when they go to schools and do presentations on inclusivity and diversity. So, I mean, that is really the crowning jewel to this whole film. It was always made with the heart and the intention that it would be used to help educate and help open up people's hearts and minds. And I really do think, especially through that program, it's doing its job. It's doing what it was made to do. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
You mentioned that it took 2 years to do this whole project from beginning to end. How many shooting days out of that?
We only shot 3 days. So it was 3 shooting days, budget of $25,000, which we did a lot with the amount of money that we had.
Yeah.
And that was not, a lot of that came from my Sabrina paychecks, actually.
I kind of figured that. I put two and two together. I was like, well, we've got friends. Awesome. So is there any, like, I mean, I think this is a great thing. Is there any, like, or were there ever any talks of making this maybe like a feature or doing more with it, or is it just a one-shot thing?
As of right now, it's a one-shot. I'm not sure. I love short films. I like the format. I find they're even more difficult to do than longer format media because it has to be so succinct. So, you know, like I have been to so many film festivals and seen so many short films, and I would say it's a rare short that actually succeeds in having an entire story within it that's tied up nicely with a bow. So it would have to be adjusted a lot. I have had a lot of people ask me this, actually. I have a friend at Disney Studios, actually, who asked me that same thing.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, you talk to your bosses and maybe we can make it happen.
I mean, I think it's something special. I mean, even if it was like a mini series or something, add a little music in there, it could be, I think it could do wonderful things. I mean,
I would love it to do that. I mean, again, if it could just keep opening up minds. And again, that fairy tale format, coming back to what you had said earlier, it really is this way that we've all learned to watch movies because of giants like Disney, and all of these fairy tale books that I'd say a lot of North Americans grew up with. And it's almost a subversive way of twisting it a little bit to make people understand something that they might not have a subject matter that they might not have broached if the format wasn't so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I'd love to do a feature. Love it.
And another thing, going back to the short, and there was a little foreshadowing there that I didn't catch. I watched it more than once. I watched it probably like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
In the beginning, I noticed when the couple meets, you and Brendan,
yeah,
there's some things going on before we get to you. And I noticed the gay couple, right before. So was that written or was that added in? Or because I caught that, I was like, wow, that's some good foreshadowing there. Like I didn't catch that the first couple of times I watched it.
Most of that was written, actually. Like again, Jess's script was brilliant when it came into my hands. The first time I read it, I was on vacation with some friends, and they were mad at me because I was going into a room to do some work instead of having fun. And I came out of the room in tears, and I was like, I have to make this film. I have to. Like it hit me so hard. But yeah, that was part of her brilliance. She wanted, it was really her vision to establish just that hodgepodge mixture of really how humanity exists, right? Like there's so much diversity, and we wanted there's the tiny little woman punching a big guy. We've got the 2 men kissing, which is funny. One of those is my husband.
Oh, good. What I want to say is like it is the norm now, because like I said, I watched it multiple times and it didn't even hit me, and so I started paying attention, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because I didn't know what it was about. Right. I was like, hey, you need to check this out. I think you love it. You told me your background. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let me see it. So I check it out, and I know nothing about it, and so you go by it, and it's just like, yeah, man. So it is very now. It's very relevant, very fresh, and I just think it's brilliant. I really enjoy it.
Thank you. Yeah, we took a lot of care to make sure that every little element had some sort of meaning. There was a lot of play with colors, like the pink and the blue, which is, the gender norms. And scrolling on the dolly from, gosh, how do we read? Left to right until the baby comes along, and then we start going right to left, like so opposite of a storybook, and like little things like that I really wanted to just pump the whole film chock full of meaning. And
I did pick up on the color thing. Even having the girl in the blue and she was uncomfortable. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So now that you've had the opportunity to play both sides of the spectrum, where do you feel most comfortable? Do you love the acting? Because you've done quite a few good things. I mean, X-Files, Million Things. Yeah. So where do you feel most comfortable?
Oh gosh. I mean, my training is primarily acting. I've been doing that since I was 9 years old. So it's, I'll let you guess how many years it's been, but, oh gosh, that's a really hard question. I think nothing gets me more excited now than directing, because I get to take both my acting training and my organizational and strategic brain and put them together. So that right now is really my biggest passion, but I can't get away from acting. I love acting. If I had more opportunity to act, I'd be doing that a lot more. I do have a film, a little plug here, called Broil that's coming out in October. It was supposed to release in May, but it's starring Timothy V. Murphy as my pop, my vampire daddy, and well, sort of. They're not really vampires. And now I'm giving you spoilers. This is not good.
Right? Keep talking. Exclusive.
And Jonathan Lipnicki is one of my co-stars, and John Cassini, and gosh, just a whole bunch of really great actors in that one. So it's a horror. So get ready for that one.
I love horror. Is this going to be in theaters or VOD? What's because it's crazy. We never know.
You know what? That's just it. I have no idea as of right now. They had just gone to the Marché de Cannes, the film selling thing in June, and we know that it's being released officially in October, no matter what. But I don't know yet where it's going to be released. So stand by for that information.
for Broil. Is that what it's called? Broil?
Broil, yes.
Broil. Okay, I'm
Broil.
definitely looking for that. October, Halloween. That's right up my alley.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I wish I could show you the preview for that.
Is it out right now, or is it
I think there's a leaked version of it online on YouTube, but yeah.
on YouTube?
But the actual official trailer is not out yet. No.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm definitely gonna look it up. And in my company, we do interviews, but we also promote and put out new material, trailers, and news and things like that. So I'll make sure I get that out. So being that you're on this little indie road right now, you're doing the shorts, you're doing a lot of shorts. So you also have another one coming up, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm
something.
I got a lot of stuff I've got a feature film actually that I'm developing. It's a historical psychological thriller that I am set to direct and act in. So
you like doing both?
I decided it's going to be my thing. I'll do it until I can't.
Yeah. Is it stressful? Like, I mean, there's a lot of directors that do that, and I always wonder, like, I don't know if I could do both.
It's all about the prep. You have to be properly prepped, and you have to pull together the right team. If you don't have a team that can basically read your mind and you read their minds, then forget about it. But it's hard. It's a lot of work. But I don't know. I almost prefer directing myself at this stage in the game. I get nervous when I have other directors, and I'm like, "Are you sure? Can I watch the monitor? Can I see?" That's what's going on in my head. But of course, I'm.
How many times do you have to retake a shot? Is it like taking a selfie? Do you do it like a couple 100 times before you say, "Okay, let's move on, break down, go to the next"?
Well, I think I've usually established the framing and all that stuff. So it's, for me, I know I've nailed a performance just by how it feels and people's reactions in the room. I think it's our job as actors. I have a coach, Tom Todoroff, who always says it's your job to change the molecules in the room. So when you feel that shift, it's like, okay, that's the one. And you just trust it. You just got to trust it. It's art, right? It's, yeah.
Okay. I like that. It's doing both. That's cool. So is there any like indie advice that you could give to people? Because I know, this whole it's a short thing. You get a lot of people who are passionate that don't maybe have the connections or the background that you have.
Right.
How can they, get a taste of some of that? Like what path would you send an up and coming person on?
You know what? I would tell them that it's about perseverance. It's about holding true to your own style and just pushing through. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. Just keep working hard, and no one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of your own money, at least at first. But, get out there, get your face out there, and just keep doing it. That's it.
Yeah.
Last man standing. That's what it's all about.
Cutthroat. We'd be on a pirate ship. I saw an interview with you where you were talking about, the life of an actor, an actress. And it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Oh no. Whenever I'm coaching students, especially younger kids, well, not younger kids, but teenagers, they'll say, make sure that this is really what you want to do, that this is the only thing that you could possibly do deep in your soul. If there is anything else that interests you just as much, then do that, because that'll be easier. It's so hard. There is so much rejection, and there's so much work and so much commitment, and you'll never be able to have a normal life as normal. So you gotta love it.
So it's almost better to do what you do and create your own vision and create, build your own team and put things together that way.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. It's harder. I do work professionally in the Vancouver service industry, as far as a lot of the LA companies will come up to Vancouver and shoot their stuff here. And so I work as a first assistant production coordinator, sometimes a production coordinator in that world. So I do the paid gig thing. And that's hard, but it's definitely harder to do the indie route for sure. 100%.
And you've had, I mean, you've come a long way, and you've struggled a lot. You've been through things. I know you're a cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta give it up.
Thank you.
How long has that been behind you?
Oh, you know what? Next month it'll be 8 whole years since I was declared in remission. So I'm technically considered cured of cancer because it was chemo or colon cancer. So I did chemo and surgeries and all that fun stuff.
That's awesome. We here at CritiX, we have our own little brand that we started called Binge for Breast Cancer.
Nice. Look at that.
And basically what we do is we binge movies and television shows for a long length of time and raise money while we do it.
That is so cool.
Last time we did the whole second season of Stranger Things for 9 hours straight online and raised $1,000.
Good job. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud I'm so happy to hear that. I can't tell you, like, somebody from the cancer community, I can't tell you how much that means to everyone, that you would do that and help bring awareness and raise the funds. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Let me know. I can send you a embroidered hat with the logo.
Amazing.
So, that's I want to commend you on that. That's a big thing to go through.
It was pretty big, and I had a toddler at the time, so it was. That was
filming Superwoman.
It's where I figured out that I could do both directing and acting, because it's like, if I can do chemo and raise a kid or potty train them, then you know what, I can do anything.
Wow. If I didn't need a haircut, I'd give you a hats off.
That's why my hair's tied up. I need a haircut so badly. It's also very hot.
I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us. It's been an honor. Like I said, I'm a fan. I love Sabrina, and now I'm just a fan. Period. I'm gonna check out that other, the Broil.
Yeah,
Broil. As soon as we're done. Before we go, I would like to show the viewers a trailer to this wonderful short that we've been talking about for the last 25 minutes. A fairy tale. A typical fairy tale.
Yes.
Directed by actress, producer, and director Annette Reilly. Al, whenever you're ready, man.
Thank you.
Once upon a time, when a knight met a queen, their lust turned to love of a worth rarely seen. But all was not well in the family's home, and soon they faced trials with fallout unknown. How can they avoid all the rage, fear, and laughter for king, queen, and child to live happily ever after?
I also wanted to ask you about the young lady who played where did they find her? She's amazing.
Amico is from Central BC, and their mom is an agent and heard about it, and we brought them down. Amico is gender fluid, so goes by they them pronouns most commonly nowadays.
Really?
And they were just spectacular to work with. Absolutely adored every second with them, and what a wonderful job Amico ended up doing. It was I was so touched that he was even willing to come and do such a complicated role. So very, very lucky to have found Amico.
He's very good. He's very good.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, and where can they find the short?
Oh gosh, the short right now. I mean, GeekFest. It's going around GeekFest quite a bit. Mm-hmm. You can find a version of it on if you go to YouTube and type in Story Hive. That is the previous version. Gosh, and I'm on Instagram primarily at Annette Reilly Official. You can also hit me up on Facebook at Annette Reilly or Twitter at Annette Reilly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Go ahead, Al. You got something to say to the people, Al?
I do. This is
Hi,
a kick-ass interview. Oh my gosh. Klep, you did such an awesome job. And Annette, your journey. Amazing. You're blessed as a survivor.
Thank you.
Cancer, many blessings. And I hope that it never shows up again, Coño.
Right? Yes.
You've done defeated it, and that's that.
Yes,
You know,
it's gone.
and let's just go forward. Amazing. I mean, actress, director, doing so many things. I mean, boom! Wow. I love it.
I actually believe that she scared it away.
That I'm scared?
No. You scared the cancer away. That's it. Said I ain't messing with Annette. This is too much.
There's too much going on.
I burned it with my joy.
Yeah.
With your joy and passion, with the wonderful product that came out of a typical fairy tale. I also watched it off the hook. We reviewed it as well, my team, when we did on Film Freeway. And the thing that we thought of so much was Dr. Seuss type feel to it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
We loved it, and many blessings and continued success in this endeavor. And very important is that this weekend, folks, you see that. Get your passes at bit.ly/geek-fest. This GeekFest Film Fest, the at-home film fest, is this coming weekend.
Oh my gosh.
$2.99. You get to watch a plethora of films by creators as creative as Annette. I mean, that's an Uber deal.
Yeah.
This weekend. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you pitch in? Because listen, COVID's going on, so I know you guys ain't doing crap. All right.
So always looking for new content.
Exactly. So sit back at home, spend $3 as opposed to a $10 on a stupid VOD to actually support the amazing indie community of film creators that GeekFest. And a shout out to Bill Ostroff from GeekFest. I mean, he's amazing. He's been working his butt off. And thank you, Bill, for coming to Comic Crew and Undercover Capes to help in this process to show off this amazing stable of creators within the network that is GeekFest. So, I feel very privileged and happy about this. It's amazing. And again, to have my PCNN partner here, Klep, do such a kick-ass interview. I really appreciate your time today. Yeah, bro. Do that Jay-Z joint right there, So, Annette, thank you again. Do you happen to have a website, or is it just on social? Just
social media at this point in time. Yeah. But I did want to say thank you so much for all the kind words. Like, it means so much to hear that. And please come watch.
No, thank you. For doing what you do. We definitely are here to support you and everything that your label does. Absolutely 110%. Just like we support GeekFest and like we support CritiX and the PCNN, Comic Crew, UCPN. We're taking over the world. Now, tomorrow we're going to have an even, much more, not much more. We're going to have another cool interview, all right, with another director, from this GeekFest. So again, it's a celebration of everything GeekFest. It's going to be amazing. All right. Awesome. So Annette, thank you. Klep, thank you. And everybody, check out my man Klep at wearecritics.com for everything TV, movies. Like, we do comics, but my man, he murders it when it comes to Hollywood. All right. Yeah, man. So with that, I'm Al Mega with Klep and Annette Reilly. This is another UCPN CC special all about GeekFest. Thank you for tuning in. Much love.
Bye.
Bye, Klep. Thank you. Bye, Al.